Sup everyone, I think we should be live and I think the mic should be working. I hope so, certainly hope so, because last time when I was testing the stream, when I was playing Mad Max, there was a problem because if I don't start OBS as an administrator, it doesn't want to run every option, and I forget to do that every single time. So yeah, the previous stream wasn't that successful, but I heard someone said they enjoyed it, so that's nice. Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. Hopefully everyone is doing well. It's Tuesday today. It's one of the worst days for me because I don't like Tuesday. I'm okay with Monday, but Tuesday, I don't know, for some reason it doesn't work. Am I still muted? Think it should be okay. Let me just give it a quick... I don't trust you guys. All good. How is everyone? So I decided to make these hangouts and, you know, stream a bit because I think it's a really nice way to interact with the audience. Uploading videos is one thing, you know, you have the comments, then you say something, then I answer or I like it or whatever. But when you're actually live, it's much better because I'm not loud. Oh, I'm loud. Trust me, I checked it. I'm looking at the levels right now. If I go any louder, your ears will bleed. So yeah. Yeah, there's already a lot of people watching. Hello. What I was saying is that these community live streams are good because we're actually able to interact a bit, talk about Cyberpunk, talk about what we've seen so far, everything I made, so, you know, in the future, the videos I made. So yeah. If you have any questions around Cyberpunk, feel free to ask them. If you have any questions whatsoever, feel free to ask them. Always stick the run as admin option. You know what's funny? I did. Doesn't work. You gotta run as admin. You have to select that option and then it works. So, how do you think the Immortality Chip is going to work in Cyberpunk 2077? Now, so far, we do know that the Immortality Chip belongs to Arasaka. It was stolen by Yorinobu from his father. And like, we don't know so far what the Immortality Chip is exactly going to be. Mad Queen said it might be an iteration of the Soul Killer program, which was developed by was it Alt Cunningham who developed Soul Killer, or was it Rage Bartmos? But anyway, basically that program kills you in a sense, but takes the digital version of yourself and places it onto the net. That's what actually happened to Alt Cunningham. So we still don't know all the options from the Immortality Chip and like the overall idea of what is it going to be. So we have to wait. And even if it was, I'm not like, we have to be really careful now what we talk, because some of those things might be spoilers. And of course, I don't have any inside info about the story, but what we've seen, it can, you know, you can actually get some spoilers if you know about the previous lore, if you know about what was going on. So I don't want to go too far into this, to not spoil anything. But no, so far we don't know what Immortality Chip is going to be. Hello everyone who joined, hello. Do we know, will there be masks in the game? You will have headwear, so I'm guessing there might be some masks. Depends on the items. Like, there's gonna be a gazillion of items. There's gonna be a lot of items that we didn't see like so far. Like, if you remember The Witcher 3, when that was announced, like, the game had so many pieces of armor you can get from the Witcher schools, like the diagram, which also changes how the overall armor looks. So I guess on one front you're gonna have headwear. I don't know if you're gonna have mask, but we'll see. Yeah. Can we make V more muscular or more skinny? I think they were saying about that. I guess there's gonna be one or two options regarding that. So you cannot make V extra fat or extra skinny because V is a mercenary after all. So there has to be certain logic behind it. You are a mercenary. That's your role. You know, work for the highest bidder or you work for yourself. Depends. That's gonna be up to you. That's the fun with this game. Like, a lot of stuff you do, like, yeah, it's your freedom, your Cyberpunk, your rules, so you can decide how do you want to approach each objective. Will snipers be in the game? Yes. Yes. They didn't show. Like, I want them to show some sniper gameplay. That would be cool. To actually see, like, okay, if I'm a sniper, like, what are my vantage spots? Like, I want, like, from the logical perspective, I think if they have, and they said they have snipers in the game, how is that going to be? You know, if we're going to be able to take a vantage point to do certain missions, how NPCs are going to react once you, for example, you know, shoot someone with a sniper rifle from afar and they are in their base. So, I don't know. I hate one thing when, I don't know which game had that, but you silently kill someone and then the entire base is alerted somehow. I don't like that. Have you heard about Elon Musk's Neuralink chip idea? Yeah. I mean, of course, that man has a lot of ideas, but at the end of the day, we'll see which ones can be realized. I think the tech he's working on is interesting. I think he's definitely looking towards the future because he's like, okay, we might need to actually do some research on this. So it's still quite early in my opinion, but it's cool. Will animals have cybernetics? Yeah, animals have cybernetics in the lore. Yeah, they do. It was hinted at Cyberpunk being shown at the Xbox event. We're going to be following the Xbox event, by the way, which is on Thursday. I will be starting at 5:30 p.m. CEST time, Central European Summertime or whatever like it's called. So yeah. What was that? All right. But I don't know if they're going to show anything regarding Cyberpunk. They had that folder, which was the Xbox One limited edition, the Cyberpunk limited edition. So, you know, it might be the marketing gimmick to sell that, but also they might show something. Keep in mind, Xbox also showed that Johnny Silverhand concert, which was, you know, the commercial for, was it the controller or was it the console itself? But of course, Cdpr and Microsoft are working really close together. I like, wow, like the amount of marketing material Microsoft has for Cyberpunk is insane. Like there's so many commercials. It's almost like it's an exclusive. They don't have as close as that relationship with Sony, because Sony didn't get anything. I mean, Sony, like, regarding the game, so if you buy the game on PlayStation 4 as well as on Xbox One, you are getting a free PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X version for free, like when it comes out. So that's that. Does romance affect the story a lot, or is it a side thing? Now, there was an article which I talked about previously, which came on altcare.com, which said you don't have to finish the main story to finish the game. Now, that can be interpreted in two ways, because I want the devs to double down on that, because that might mean what they said before is that depending on your life path, you know different people. So you're not gonna know, you know, every single person from the corpo life path to, let's say, the street kid life path. So they might be referring to that. They might be referring to different endings. We'll see. Like, so far, I don't want to really say yes, that's going to be the case until Pavev or someone else from the company doubles down, because at the end of the day, that can also be debunked, or it could be just translated, or it could be a mistranslation. So yeah, I don't want to really pay too much attention on that until it has been properly confirmed. Because then people get hyped up, and then it's like, I get comments like, oh, you lied about this. So look, we take it down a notch. I've been watching your videos for the 2 weeks. Thank you, man. Thank you for watching. What's your opinion on the first Night City episode? I think it was okay. It was definitely better than Deep Dive. We learned a lot about how the game progressed. They talked a lot about certain things. I think they talked a lot about Braindance. I think that was like 8 minutes or even 10 minutes or 12 minutes of screen time that they showed Braindance, which was important to kind of show when you think about it, because Braindance is going to be such an important part of the game. Of course, it's not going to be mandatory, I hope, because, you know, things can get repetitive, and if you have to use brain dance for every mission, it can be repetitive for some people. Depends. I like that. I will be going into every brain dance because I'm interested in lore, because you're not gonna only learn about some things for the mission, there's also gonna be lore pieces through brain dance. Yeah. But regarding romance, like romance in a sense, I think it's more about relationships, and relationships can mean friendships. So I guess relationships with people that you have, not necessarily romantic ones, might influence the game and might influence the story, because they said like side activities, like side quests and main quests, like they're intertwined. So like if you finish a side quest, you can learn something new about the main quest, which can help you, or you know, maybe even put you at a disadvantage. So yeah, I'm sorry if I'm skipping any questions. I'm really sorry about that. There's a lot. Are there any news about Night City Wire Part 2? In my opinion, I think the Night City Wire Episode 2 is coming in August, and if they are going to actually have Episode 2 in August, then it has to be announced probably at the end of this month. So maybe next week they're going to announce it if it's coming out in August. That's kind of my idea, because they have to announce at least 2 weeks before Night City Wire drops. It's a normal marketing things. Yeah, animals are rare. Animals are cybernetics, mostly robot animals. Yeah, real animals, they're quite rare to have in the world of Cyberpunk, because the world kind of went to hell, and like the wildlife is, you know, non-existent. Plus the nuke, like who can survive that? Can you duck Hideo Kojima? I think Hideo might be in the game. You know why I say that? Because number one, man loves cameos. Number two, I think he visited Cdpr. Of course, you can kind of pull it off. Like, you know, if you visit there, I'm sure they're gonna, you know, put him in the game. Because Hideo also likes to put cameos into his game. So it might make sense. Of course, this is just a rumor so far. We'll see. What kind of build are you going for your first playthrough? I'll be going with a stealthily netrunner in a sense. A bit of a solo, but kind of a netrunner guy. You know, I will be the one that's just gonna go in, try get everything, not be noticed, and then get out. That's for first playthrough. The second one is gonna be full-on Terminator. And then a third one, I think I'll be going with Silver Tongue, you know. Just try and talk my way out of things without firing too many bullets. That's cool. And that's gonna be for Corpo. What is your opinion about Cdpr removing third-person cutscenes? I don't know. I have to see how it looks in the game to actually talk about that. I don't think they removed every single third-person cutscene, but I think it's a nice idea once you talk to people that it kind of stays, you know, because you will be able to you will be able to walk and talk to people. My God. So I think it just puts focus onto someone better in a sense to immerse you into the game. It doesn't switch too much between third and first. So yeah, it depends on people. Like some people like first person, some don't. Honestly, I don't care. Both first and third person will suit for me depending on, you know, how the game is created. But I understand their decision behind leaving out third person perspective. So we'll see. I mean, I don't care much about that. I like some people who have motion sickness, for example. That can be a problem. They're taking certain ways they can actually minimize motion sickness. Hopefully that's going to be good for people who have that. But overall, I don't care. I don't care much about perspectives. Like, depends. On Night City Wire, they mentioned there will be different types of brain dances. The one they showed was Flatliner. Any idea of the other types? Yeah, the Flatliner ends with a person being shot, killed. That's a flatliner, but brain dance is a recording, and people use it as a form of entertainment. It's not only used for, you know, detective investigations, it's just a form of entertainment. So what can happen is that you have a person which recorded itself, rich person, whatever, and then you have brain dance editors like Judy, who put that in. They can alter that, change it, and then you just go for it. You relive it in a sense. With every single, like, it's full immersion. It's not only like the VR, but it's like smell, everything. Like you're inside, like you're that person. So that's, people use that so they can actually, like, you know, experience something different in a sense. But that's like the most full form of entertainment in the world of Cyberpunk. It's brain dance. Do you think Judy will change clothes for something nicer and my god, I don't know. I don't think she's gonna. I don't think that's how. I don't know how that works, and I don't know how that will work. We'll see. Geralt only had Yen and Triss, but in CP you can romance everyone. Well, not every single NPC in the game, but more NPCs than in The Witcher. But Witcher, I mean, Geralt of Rivia was a predefined character, so, you know, here you can romance anyone, but again, not everyone, but, you know, like male, female, whatever. It's gonna be up to you. Total Recall is also about brain dance. Yes, you're true. That's true. Like, Total Recall does have those brain dance scenes in a sense. Not totally brain dance, but something similar to that. Actually, that's a nice... I forgot about that. I think there's gonna be mods for a third person. Yeah, I think, you know, yeah, of course. Really depends on, like, the complexity of how they do it. Of course, I'm not a modder, but I will be going full in on the modding scene if there is one once the Cyberpunk comes out. Of course, there's a modding scene for The Witcher, and they never released the mod kit, the proper mod kit. So hopefully they do for Cyberpunk, because I do believe people will create amazing things, and I will be following that a lot. Why is Google turning on? My God, it's listening. So yeah, I'm actually looking forward to all the mods which are gonna come out for the game. That's gonna be cool. Let's see. Playing The Witcher 3 Hearts of Stone, and I just compared Gunther and that police officer. Detective. Kidding. Both look exactly the same. Coincidence? I don't think that's coincidence. I think he might be an Easter egg, because they asked Pavev, Sasko, the lead quest designer on this game, like, why does that guy look like Gunther Odim? And he's like, play the game to find out. And it makes sense, because what's gonna happen is that, you know, that Arasaka guy, which I forgot his name, orders Stins to, you know, off you. But I think, like, of course he's gonna leave you alive, leave you be, and I think he's gonna ask for a favor later. So we'll see. That's gonna be interesting. It might be just teasing on Pavev's side, but, like, Gunther is such a cool character, and he can just, I mean, it kind of makes sense for him to also kind of include him, mention him maybe in this game, because, you know, why not? It would be cool, honestly. Gamepad or mouse and keyboard? Depends on the game, depends what I'm playing on. My preferred is, of course, mouse and keyboard. That's what I got used to, but I was a lot on a controller when I was a kid. On Nintendo, on PlayStation, or whatever. I'm much better with mouse and keyboard. I actually have problems with using controllers sometimes. It takes me a while to get used to it. Melker, welcome. I'm good. How are you, my friend? How are you? I think some pad's gonna kill Jackie, maybe Corpo. Your decisions will kill Jackie or spare him. I don't think that's gonna be reserved for a life pad. But I like how they actually made life pads a lot more important than the class you're going to play. And then people said, like, oh, the techie has been removed. Technically, you know, they gave you, like, what, more than 200 skills you can choose from, and you have techie skills in that tree. But techie as a separate class was sadly removed, because it was too similar in a sense to net running in some form. But yeah, still, life path is a lot more important than skills, in my opinion. Can you be bisexual in Cyberpunk? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. They said that. What if we will be Johnny Silverhand? You saw a cutscene where he's seeing himself. No, no. Johnny is in that Immortality Chip, and only you can see him, but you are not Johnny. No, he's an engram stuck in you, so no. Let's see. Hey Alchem, any thoughts on the render distance during Night City Wire gameplay videos? I thought it was horribly noticeable. In what areas? They said they had actually handled that. We'll see once the game comes out. I didn't like notice anything. You also have to keep in mind that a lot of things that are around you that they go through in the map, a lot of those things might be placeholders, they might be empty, so they don't spoil everything, because it's really difficult to talk about this game and not spoil stuff. Depends what you think about the spoiler, but we'll see. I hope they handle draw distance well. There was a problem in The Witcher 3 where a lot of those things would pop up sometimes, but I hope it's gonna be good in here. So yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be cool. What else? How am I, Headzone? I'm great, my friend. I'm great. I love interacting with the audience. So cool. Really cool. Do we have another attention seeker in the chat? Luckily, it can be... Oh my god. Well, you're gone. I still plan build technical... Yeah, I mean, of course, you're gonna have technical skills. The one thing which was sadly removed as a companion was Flathead, but Flathead is going to be... what was I saying? But yeah, Flathead is going to be used in missions, in the introductory missions in Arasaka, and also in the Maelstrom mission. But besides that, no. They might expand on it. I wish they expand on it, but, might be difficult. Yeah, they said they fixed the render distance, which, of course, that was one of the biggest things in The Witcher 3, which kind of popped in. So, of course, they took that into consideration for this game. I think they're going to use the high buildings to kind of make that less visible. We'll see. Yeah, rip Flathead. Yeah, I know. Mad Queen. Hello, welcome to the stream. Yeah, we're gonna be doing the live stream on Thursday, following the Xbox, and everyone is gonna be doing their own stream, but we're all gonna be reacting to that together. So far it's Neon, Mad Queen, me. I think Triple S League is also joining in. Am I in Cyberpunk? No. I'm not. Why would I be in the game? I think Flathead will be used in select scenarios like in Arasaka. Yeah. Like, he's gonna be used there. But besides that, like I don't know, like, what other functions. But as a companion, no. Honey, what did I miss? Nothing much, just talking about stuff. How does the police work exactly in this game? So, I made a video around that called Law and Order. I really recommend you check it out. But generally, the NCPD is torn between two sides. Of course, they have the booster gangs on one side, they have the corpos on the other. And NCPD does, have strength in a sense, but they're not covering every single region in the game. So some districts, they have police presence, some don't. So don't expect that in every district, like especially the combat zone where you don't have police, where the gang presence is so rooted in that, as it was said, as I said yesterday, the only way to actually root out the gangs from that area is to demolish it completely, is to bomb it. So they just don't go into those areas. So in some areas, police will actually react if you do something, if you start, dismantling people in the streets, if you start doing some stuff. Of course, they will come after you. And I think it's not going to be as, in GTA where you can just go into a house or whatever and the wanted level disappears. I think that you will have repercussions after that wanted level goes away. So it might be that police will, start chasing you more often. So you have to lay low a bit until that passes, which is cool. I like when game has consequences, especially for this game. This is not a sandbox. This is an RPG, first and foremost. Do you think it's possible they give third person the future through mods, but not officially? I really, really doubt that. I really doubt that. Yeah. I'll definitely go for like How are you gonna build your V for the first playthrough? I already said that, so kind of a stealthy netrunner in a sense, bit of more of a solo. I'll take a couple of skills maybe to be able to hack stuff, but just go everything for stealth. So cool is gonna be increased because cool actually is for mods. We're all gonna be in the game with mods. Yeah, of course, of course. I wonder if I can create this face, this beautiful face. I'm kidding. In the game, depends on like how much we can edit the face. Let's see. Do you know much about the photo mode? I think it's gonna be there. Photo mode is like modes became so important lately because Ghost of Tsushima, like if you see that, like people create amazing virtual photos out of that, and I'm sure they will include it, especially for this game. Like who wouldn't want to have a photo mode in Cyberpunk, which can just go around and, you know, take a couple of photos? That would be cool. I think 80% yes, 20% for some reason, but 80% yes. Do you think there will be an ending where you can take down a Megacorp in Night City? Taking down Megacorp is not easy. It's not just one building. Megacorps are Megacorps for a reason. They operate all over the world, so taking them down by yourself, we'll see. Depends. If they actually keep to the burn the entire city, that will be interesting. We'll see. Missing some questions here. I'm sorry about that. Will there be many enemy types other than humans? I mean humans. Yeah, I guess there's gonna be some other forms of androids or whatever, of robots that might be in the game. We're gonna be able to fight because they said like you're gonna have, you know, do extra damage with certain skills against mechanical opponents. So makes sense. Next. Hi Meal, how much do you know about Cdpr's game engine? It's a new engine developed completely from ground up for Cyberpunk 2077 and for first person. I don't know how that engine is going to run. Obviously, so far we don't know. It looks beautiful. The B-roll scenes that I use in my gameplay, that's actually without RTX, which is, I honestly thought that gameplay had RTX on, but it doesn't. So like the graphics looks beautiful. It's gonna be DirectX 12 exclusive for PC. I don't know much about that, so I'm waiting to inform myself. I'm waiting to hear back from some people that know more about that before I talk about that. So it's gonna be DirectX 12 exclusive in a sense, and I hope it's gonna run well on people's PCs. Yeah, but that's everything I know about it so far. But it looks beautiful. Which kind of personality will you be in Cyberpunk? You know, normal. For the first playthrough, I'll just try to, you know, the standard Cyberpunk. You know, if you're an ally, you're an ally. If you're not an ally, you're getting wiped out. That sort of a personality. I wonder if the shurikens are in the game. I mean, doubt that. How do you think side activities end the game without you playing the end of the story? What kind of consequences for that? What choices? We don't know. Like, we have that little quote, but now I really want the devs to kind of expand on it. As I said before, the side activity, like the side quests and the main quests, are going to be intertwined, meaning that you can learn and influence the main quest through those side quests. But how far and how big and like what side activities, I doubt like certain side activities like hunting down cyber psychos is gonna be that. Like actual side quests are gonna be more important in my opinion than just the side activities. Yeah, I know they said you're gonna have a lot of side activities to do, which is cool. You know, to just run around the city and get updates from like NCPD or whatever on what is going on, like gang activity. And it's gonna be interesting to see how we can handle that as well. How much do you expect from hacking? I've been playing Watch Dogs 2 and I'm not sure if CP can innovate more than that. Watch Dogs 2 is innovative? I mean, Watch Dogs 2 is okay. And, you know, how much can someone innovate? It's hacking. Depends. You're gonna be able to quick hack things around you. And depending on your skill, you're gonna be able to unlock different things. But I don't know. I played Watch Dogs 2 like 3 days ago. I don't know. I just can't get around that game. I don't like. Oh my god, I don't like it. It's cool. Like hacking in that game is cool with some things that you can do. But we'll see. So far, I think it's a different kind of a vibe hacking. But in Cyberpunk, you can hack robots that can knock out someone. The training robots. You can hack those vending machines. So that's cool in a sense. So maybe on that side, they can be more innovative depending on like what kind of objects around you can you hack and what do they do. So yeah. We'll see. I think the side activities complete characters' story arc that makes them completing the game with or without the player's aid. It might be, you know, might be that there's gonna be certain player arc as well as the main story. But you know, Geralt was someone who kind of meddled into bigger affairs against the Wild Hunt, against everything. But you know, Cyberpunk is gonna be more personal than that. You're not gonna be saving the world. You cannot save that world. As Cyberpunk multiplayer will probably be a standalone title, how much do you think price will be? We don't know that. We don't know if it's gonna be free, if it's gonna be paid. I think we know it's gonna be separate than the single player, but we don't know if it's gonna be free or is it going to cost money. So I'm not gonna talk about that yet because we don't know. We don't have any info around that. I think that the option they might choose is that you'll just have to buy the game, the base game, to be able to run multiplayer. I think that's kind of a logical thing in my opinion. So you already paid for the single player game, you get the multiplayer for free, which has monetization in a sense. And by monetization, I would be okay with skins for as long as those are not loot boxes, you know, random loot boxes. We'll see. We'll see how they handle that. Gwent also has loot boxes. It has monetization. It's a free-to-play game. And no one is complaining around that. So they handled monetization on that front really well. And you can still grind to get all of the cards yourself. You don't have to buy. You don't have to buy kegs. We'll see. I hope we can choose to ditch the Immortality Chip and run off with a girl. Goodwill Hunting style. I mean, it will be interesting to see how can we actually remove the Immortality Chip from ourselves. I mean, what happens in the end? Well, we'll see. We'll see. Maybe it's kind of hardwired into you, so you cannot take it off. Maybe the only person that can do that is either Alt or Rage. But we don't know that. We know about Alt, but Rage Bartmos? MadQueen's probably saying, yes, he's alive, he's alive. Of course. Of course. I mean, why wouldn't he be? He's a very, very dangerous man. Very smart man. I think it might be. Question, percent chance Cyberpunk 2077 will make you cry at some point. Should take pets. The developer said we're gonna make you cry, which we'll see. Like they really like to be able to make someone cry for a character in a video game or any other medium. It has to be some certain connection with the character that you established throughout playing the game or throughout whatever. For example, when and this is The Witcher 3 spoilers. You know when that person dies at the end. I'm not gonna spoil it, but everyone knows who played the game. That was sad because you developed emotional connection with that character, and it's gonna be really important for Cyberpunk to do the same to really make us cry in a sense. But yeah. Cyberpunk at the Xbox event? I hope so. I honestly hope so. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. There might be something small, but I don't think anything big is gonna happen. Maybe we slowly become Johnny Silverhand. Loved The Witcher Gwent, hated game Gwent. Well, they expanded a lot on Gwent. They made it more, you know, complicated in a sense to develop the esports. I like the new Gwent. It takes a while to learn all the cards. I think they should have included the classic edition. That's something I have been saying in my streams and on my Gwent videos, I think it would be a really nice, cool option to have the classic Gwent mode in the Gwent game, because it, it doesn't go into leaderboards or whatever, it doesn't go into their esports side of Gwent, but people who play the original Gwent in The Witcher 3 are able to also play it through the app on their phone, which would be cool, honestly, to have classic Gwent option mode in the game. We'll see. Valhalla and Cyberpunk start at the same time. What do you think about it? Will it affect in a bad way for Cyberpunk about sales? I see many people will pick first Valhalla. What people? I mean, Valhalla is a big game, but you're comparing, like, Cyberpunk is a new hyped RPG. Meanwhile, Valhalla is, yeah, it looks good. Like, I love how the game looks, but for a lot of people, that's not old Assassin's Creed. Plus, it's Ubisoft. A lot of people wait for sales regarding Ubisoft. We'll see. I think Valhalla made a huge problem of it created a huge problem of releasing 2 days before Cyberpunk. I think it's a very bold, edgy move. I think it was done on purpose. They knew of course that Cyberpunk is coming out, but they probably said, look, we cannot move it. But yeah, I think 7 days after Cyberpunk comes out, I think if they released Valhalla then, like 7 days after Cyberpunk, they would still be okay, for sales for Black Friday, whatever. But 2 days before Cyberpunk, that's bad. Yeah. We'll see. Why do Morgan Blackhand is the same to Johnny Silverhand? I mean, they're two separate people. Just the name of the augmentation. Johnny has silver, Morgan has Blackhand. I really hope that Morgan Blackhand is in the game. I mean, I have some, some thoughts that, Morgan might be in the game. I think so. Is Adam Smasher gonna be the final boss now? No. Adam Smasher might be a very difficult opponent to fight against, because yeah, he is extremely smart and he is well equipped, but final boss, no, I doubt that. How do you think sniping will be, as the map is more city based? I mean, I hope that we have vantage points we can take a sniper before we enter a certain mission. And it will depend like how many interior and exterior missions there are gonna be, because snipers in interior, they don't work always the best. But if there are some exterior missions, which I think, yeah, of course it will be, it makes more sense to use the sniper rifle. But I wish there is a certain way you can approach as a sniper in this game. But yeah, like, of course, we'll see. Jay confirmed that Morgan Blackhand is his birth name, unlike Johnny, which is a pseudonym. Yeah. I'm really interested to see what happened. Like, Adam Smasher is alive. Why not Morgan? It might actually, like, we still have the second episode of Night City Wire, which might give us more info about stuff. But I'm really looking forward is definitely street racing, because why not? Street racing is amazing, and it is canon to the lore. And they said, yeah, you're gonna be able to street race. So how detailed that is going to be, we'll see. I hope that Mike Pondsmith will voice some character. Yeah, I think he will. Of course he will. They added Jesse Cox is also in the game, so of course Morgan Blackhand. Of course, Mike Pondsmith is gonna be in the game. Yeah, the problem with Valhalla and Cyberpunk is that they're both really long games. Like, Valhalla is a 100-hour game, Cyberpunk is a 100-hour game, like, average, if you think about average play size and, play style. So it's gonna be really difficult to people to, like, of course, some people decided, but if they are going to buy something, for a lot of people, it's either gonna be Cyberpunk or Valhalla. People don't have that much money to spend nowadays, especially due to everything which was happening in 2020. We'll see. What's your opinions on ray tracing on next-gen consoles? We'll see how that is gonna work. I'm really curious. Like, I cannot wait to start up a new console. You know why? Because I got used to 30 FPS so much on PlayStation 4, so it's gonna be a little bit trippy to have, new games with updated graphics and updated frame rates on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. So it's gonna be a little trippy to see that, those graphics running at that frame rate. But I hope everything works like charm. They have to. We'll see. Who? Johnny Silverhand and Morgan Blackhand, they're not brothers, if you were referring to that. No. They're really pre-established characters from the source books. So yeah. Real cards. Let's see. Any other questions? All Assassin's Creed games are the same, only diehard fans will go for a Valhalla instead of CP. Depends. You have people that love, generally maybe that formula of a game. But is Assassin's Creed kind of similar formula? Of course it is. But I'm really looking forward to some stuff in Valhalla, like you're going to be able to fight with 2 shields. That's cool. I know we're not able to change our apartment, but I think it would be exciting to have new houses in Watson provided by the plot, like Franklin in GTA 5. The thing is, you are a lot richer in GTA than you are in Cyberpunk. And again, GTA is more sandboxy. I don't think we're gonna have houses or anything like that. They said 1 apartment, but I want to be able to customize it, at least to some extent, if I cannot have multiple apartments, because in my head I would use multiple apartments as fast travel to store stuff between different districts. So when I think about multiple apartments, that's what I refer to. I don't care about anything else on that regard. It would be cool to have a house in the Badlands, maybe like a hut or something, as a contrast to the apartment inside Watson. That would be cool, in my opinion. But again, mods might be able to do that, to pull it off. That's why I say release the mod kit, release it. Like, community is gonna handle a lot of that stuff that they didn't have time to do it because of the scope of the game. And I'm sure that the game would expand a lot beyond that, especially because maybe people would be able to create their own adventures, their own missions, their own quests. I like that. I like community-driven content a lot, and there's a lot of amazing people in the modding community which do insane stuff. Elkim, do you think that CP 2077 will have references to the Witcher series? Of course, as Easter eggs. Don't expect anything too much, but I'm sure they're gonna include a lot of Easter eggs in this game. Why not? How alive is the city at night? Well, not that alive, of course, depending on the district you are in. You're not gonna have too many people, let's say, in the combat zone at night because it's dangerous, but you might have gangs during the night in the combat zone because that's when they can conduct business. So it depends. I don't know. Like, it's not gonna be empty, but it's gonna make sense because look at your city or wherever you live. Besides New York, I don't know about any city which is always full. And even in New York, you have areas, I guess. I would never visit that, of course, but I'm sure you have areas of New York which are empty during the night, and some areas which are filled with people. So it might be the same with Cyberpunk, to be able to make sense, because when you have a certain district or a region in Night City, which from a logical perspective shouldn't have a lot of people during the night, and you just have randomly generated people walking by doing nothing, for me it's more logical to have people go to sleep during the night, and then during morning or during the day the city will be filled with people. So yeah. They have been handcrafting Night City for almost 8 years now in some capacity, right? I fully expect the world to feel as densely packed with detail as that would allow, like, full building interiors. They said they're really paying attention to detail. They don't want the same hallway, same apartments for everything, to make it repetitive. Of course, they want to provide detail around every corner. There is also the 40-second rule, which means in every 40 seconds something new must happen in the game. You have to look at something new, you have to experience something new in a sense. That's a 40-second rule. So every 40 seconds you have something new which is happening, or you have something which is going around, or you can pick up something, you know, to keep your attention span in the game. That's something they had for The Witcher. What is my favorite company in Cyberpunk? You mean Megacorp? I don't know. I like Militech a lot. Arasaka's cool, but Militech is Militech. We'll see. I know for a lot of people, Budget Arms, that's gonna be your favorite. I'm getting both Valhalla and CP. Yeah, I'm getting Valhalla later because I'll be busy with Cyberpunk, but I'll be getting Valhalla at least 1 month or 3 weeks after Cyberpunk so I can play it. Because I like how the game looks. Like, yeah, it's not the AC game, but you know, from the things we can do, I like that sort of a formula. I can play that for hours. Tris or Yen? Shani. Always. How you got so much swag? I don't know if I got swag. I don't know. Which path will you take? First one, Street Kid. Second one, Nomad and Corpo. We'll see. The story writing is what Cdpr is known for. Yeah, that's like the biggest thing I'm looking forward to is the story and character development more than anything else. Of course, like the first thing which I'm going to do once I get into Cyberpunk is I'm gonna just go turn on everything, turn off the HUD, like turn off every single quest in the game and just walk through the district. I'm gonna drive, walk, see what people are doing, how everything is reacting to the world. I want to see that. That's first. Like that is first. Do you think Ghost of Tsushima is a strong contender for the Game of the Year against CP? I don't know, like in where Cyberpunk is going to appear regarding rewards. I know that I think they're late for Game of the Year, if I'm not wrong, for this. But there is so many competitions which give you Game of the Year. So I know Ghost of Tsushima is an amazing game. Like, it's one of the best games I've played in a very long time. It has flaws, but every game has it. But overall, that game is superb. I'll try to get a capture card as soon as I can so I can actually stream Ghost of Tsushima. Leton, hello. Daniel Jurkiewicz, thank you so much for the donation. Good content, great channel. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You think there's gonna be another delay? 90% no, 10% yes. And I say 10% because anything can happen. So I'm not really sure, like 100%, but the release date in November is definitely the one which might suit them the best. Because if you don't release in November, then you have to wait a bit longer in the next year. Because January is the worst for releasing anything, because people spend a lot of money in November and December because it's holiday season. And then in January, oh, it's dry. Oh, it is dry. So I don't think it's gonna be delayed again. It might happen. How many babies would you kick to get Cyberpunk today? No, I wouldn't kick babies for Cyberpunk. That's... Ghost of Tsushima is not repetitive. My definition of repetitive, I'm someone who can handle that in a sense because I like the grind. That's why I played World of Warcraft a lot. That's why I played Assassin's Creed New a lot. That's why I played Division 2 a lot. Like, Division 2 in a sense is a good game. It's not a great game, but it's a very repetitive game. But I don't mind that. But that's me. But Ghost of Tsushima, like, of all the things you can do, it's not repetitive all the time. You have things which are repetitive, but it kind of breaks up with the beautiful world design and some things around you which you can do. So it's okay. It's okay. No more holiday with this thing. I can't even say what it is, god damn it. Every game it's yeah, it's really difficult to minimize repetitiveness. You can do it to a certain extent, but to completely remove repetitive content, ooh, yeah. What is my vision of the raids? Don't mess with them. That's my vision of the raids. Don't mess with them. They're really that nomad family is they're loco. Let's see. Tomorrow I will get the World of Cyberpunk book in German. We'll post some pics on it and Reddit and maybe translate something. That's cool, man. I'll be getting that book, but due to world being locked down, I'm having issues actually getting to that book. So I'll try to get it. I want to go through that book. I'm sure that, like, a lot of stuff that it is in the world of Cyberpunk is, you know, some of the stuff we know from the lore. But, you know, for everyone who is just getting introduced to the world of Cyberpunk, I think that book and, of course, the source books from Talsorian games are important in the material to read. Especially the 2020 source book. Also read, if you want to catch up on that. If you don't want the starter edition, the jumpstart kit of Cyberpunk Red, then I would wait for the full book. What other games am I playing right now? I don't play that many games now. I don't know. It's been busy making videos, but I play Smite a lot with friends. Let me look at my desktop. I tried out Hyperscape a bit. It's a fun game. I played Escape from Tarkov, Mad Max, Gears Tactics, and World of Warcraft. But I don't like World of Warcraft. I don't play it too much or too long. Been playing since Burning Crusade. Great content. Where are you from? You have nice accent. Thank you. I'm from Bosnia. Thank you. Do you think we can make our characters into cyborgs or just overly modified in Cyberpunk? You're gonna be modified to a certain extent, and there is Humanity Index, which was introduced as a game mechanic in Cyberpunk 2020. Cyberpunk role-playing games, the tabletop role-playing games. And if that Humanity Index goes down, what happens in the tabletop? You lose control of your character. You cannot play with him. So they're not gonna keep that, of course, in the game. You're gonna have a certain amount of augmentations you can put on yourself, and like Cdpr said, they really went overboard with the amount of things you can put, but we'll see how far you can actually go. Don't expect to go too far because full body conversions are expensive and the V doesn't have that sort of money. It's really expensive. Like, not many people have that in the world of Cyberpunk. You're not gonna have people on the streets who are full body cyborgs just like that. Most of them go full cyber psycho, because if that humanity index goes down, you go cyber psycho and that's it. And then you have the psycho squad, which is in the game. You're gonna have cyber psychos, and Max Stack or the cyber psycho squad, they're gonna be the last force which is gonna be coming after you, and they have only one order: shoot to kill. So yeah, it will be interesting. Those are the guys from the first teaser trailer, the reveal trailer for Cyberpunk. That's Max Stack. Is power armor going to be available? They have, I forgot the name of those things, but Royce, for example, has an exoskeleton he gets into. It would be cool if we could get into an exoskeleton, but I doubt that. And you're not gonna be just walking around the city with that, because that's a weapon. Like, that's an actual weapon, like you're driving a tank through Night City. How different is UI now overall? It has been optimized a little bit. They changed the colors a bit. But the overall idea of the UI, that was kind of kept the same. And UI here makes sense because it's from your Kiroshi optics. So yeah. Have you ever played Destiny 2? Yes, I did. Not too much, but yeah. I was about to buy Bloodlines 2 Collector's Edition, but Dev said that I'm not in their target since I'm... What? What? Why do you say that? I don't think Bloodlines 2 had any controversies. Maybe they did, just didn't hear about that. But I'm actually looking forward to that game because we'll see. Bloodlines 2, Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2, which came out ages ago, is amazing. I hope this game is amazing as well. Tarkov, that's hardcore. Yes, Tarkov is terrible sometimes. Will we be able to play the Policeman? No. You will be able to have characters, NPCs in the game that have bounty. You can take them out or knock them out, and the police is gonna pick them up, and you're gonna be wired the cash from the police for their bounty. But we'll see. Like, you're not gonna be able to be a cop. You're a mercenary. That's your role. So you work for the people you want to work with, for the highest bidder or whoever you agree with or disagree with or whatever. So that's your role, kinda. Do you think the implementation of cars will affect the render and loading of the surrounding area? I mean, of course they're gonna implement cars, but we'll see. We'll see how that is gonna... Like, I want to see, like, how many cars they actually put on the roads at the same time. It will depend. Like, so far... Can I say Ghost of Tsushima is as repetitive as Shadow of War? No, Shadow of War for me was more repetitive. I don't know, it's like... Depends how you pace the game. If you pace the game with some very varied objectives, it can be okay. But you can also consider The Witcher 3 repetitive when you look at the question marks, and it's like, it's either gonna be a bandit camp, it's gonna be treasure, it's gonna be that. So in a sense, everything is repetitive to some extent. But overall, it's an amazing game. Do I think, again, I don't know if the game is going to be delayed again. I doubt it. Do you have to eat every day? In the game, you don't have to eat. I mean, it's not going to have that gameplay feature where you have to eat to survive in the game. They're not aiming for that sort of realism. Will I be streaming the Xbox event on the 23rd? Yes, I will be. Also with me. Everyone is going to stream on different channel, but Mad Queen and the Neon Arcade are also coming to the Discord. We're going to be talking about that event. We're going to be following that together. I think also Triple S League is coming. I don't know if that is confirmed, but so far Mad Queen and Neon Arcade. Do I play Classic WoW or just retail? I play retail. I don't have time for Classic, and I'm not gonna do the same mistake that I did when I started playing World of Warcraft, because Classic takes a lot of time. If I had more time, I would definitely jump into Classic, but so far I just play retail. I just have fun, you know, do raids sometimes, that sort of stuff, but that's it. What do you think will happen if the game gets delayed again? The game gets delayed. That's what happens. Can you get along with Megacorps? I think so. I don't know how much, but you're gonna be able to choose, you know, if you're gonna be working for corpos or whatever, in some sense, of course. You're not gonna be working for them. You're not gonna be able to join the gang, but you can work with those gangs as an external factor, in a sense. But like, for example, let's take a look at the Whole Foods factory mission with the Maelstrom. You can actually side with Militech there and do stuff for them and get good with Militech. So I guess, you know, you can develop certain relationships with corporations depending on your character and how you want to play that character. How many cars can you store? They said you're gonna have a garage, so we'll see. We'll see how many cars. You're gonna be able to buy vehicles, steal vehicles, and obtain vehicles through different things. Again, I apologize if I miss any questions. What happened to my right cheek? Pimples. It's normal. It happens during the summer, because it's like so warm. It's just a normal thing. It's, you know. Is release date regional? I pre-ordered on Best Buy. They said I can't pick it up until November 20th. I doubt that. But that's why I always buy digital. I mean, Australia gets it first, I believe. And then Europe. And then USA. Might be wrong. But it's all in a couple of hour difference. We'll see though. We'll see. We'll see. I just hope there's gonna be preload for the game. But I am sure it will be. I think it was for The Witcher 3, so it might also be with this. Gameplay in the background all the time. I like don't copy things from the book because that's copyright. That's up to you, but I'll be buying the book myself, so we'll see. Okay, but thank you for offering that. Thank you for offering that. We shall storm the Cdpr like winged hussars if they do. I know there's gonna be again there might be huge backlash if it gets delayed. It's normal, but if you go back to the Witcher 3 delays and you look at those articles and those comments, because I went back to when the Witcher 3 was delayed, two or three times, and the same comments. Oh, why is it delayed? The game is bad. The game is gonna look like this, like that, and then again, the final product is what matters in the end. The final product which comes out that everyone plays, that's important. Demo, like I don't understand why some people are so pissed off around demo, like some things have been removed or some things are glitchy. Of course, it's a work in progress. That's the whole point. Have I played Surge 2? Yes. Cool game, but I didn't finish it. But cool game. Cool fighting with you know, especially how you use metal and stuff, like how a character swings and everything. That was fun. Really difficult game, but really cool. Will there be a demo? A public demo? I doubt that. I really doubt that. Making demos is actually really difficult, by the way. It's not just, I'm gonna take this part of the game and just cut it and give it to people. It doesn't go that way. So, yeah. That's the thing. How about Asia? What do you mean about Asia? Release date? I don't know. I think they will post like the schedules on when is something gonna be like released. Really? Google, like every time I talk, like Google is like, do you need anything? No, I don't. Might need to get a VPN so I can play when it comes out in Australia. I may or may have not tried that for certain games, and for some it works and for some it doesn't. How do you think the car stealing system will work? You couldn't steal cars that were too expensive. So two things are going to be important for stealing cars in Cyberpunk. Number one, the way to unlock them. Some vehicles have better protection, so you cannot just troll in and get the vehicle. As you saw in that gameplay, like Kirk gives you a thing that can unlock that vehicle. So in the beginning, of course, you can't rob every single vehicle, like, of course. And for some, like for example, if you want to take a person out of a vehicle, some people you will need to have strength or gorilla arms or something like that, because those people also have augmentations. They're strong themselves, not only you. So if you have Ripper blades, other person has Ripper blades or Mantis blades. So be careful around that. But you need strength to pull off certain people from the vehicle. That's what they said. Witcher 3 had a week before release a preload. Yeah, so yeah, it might happen. Why not? Because I doubt this game is gonna be easy to download. I think it's gonna be hefty. Depends. I expect 100 gigs easy for Cyberpunk. You can tune down Google sensitivity. That's the problem, but because then when I have to use it, it doesn't work properly. Yeah, like no demo. That's why I said I doubt that. Like it's not gonna happen. Not a bad idea to release the character creator. That would be cool. I was thinking about that, and we discussed that a lot on the Cyberpunk community podcast. Releasing a character creator for Cyberpunk would be cool in a couple of ways. Number one, you're gonna be able to spend a lot of time creating that character in a sense, so you don't have to hurry once the game comes out, because of course once the game comes out, a lot of people just want to go into the game and play it. They don't want to spend hours and hours and hours, you know, creating the character. Some do, of course. But if they released a character creation before that, I wouldn't mind. You know why? Because people would have time to create characters that they want, and it would promote the game because people would post that everywhere, their creation, so that would market the game in some form. Again, if they're going to do that, we don't know, but the chances of them releasing a character creator are higher in a sense than releasing the demo, which is, those chances are close to zero. So yeah. I say 60 gigabytes of Cyberpunk depends on their compression. Like if you look at Modern Warfare, Warzone, those updates. And the problem is a lot of those updates for Warzone are rewrites. So if you download a patch, which is 80 gigs, the overall file size of Warzone on your PC goes up by 20. Everything else, those 60 gigs, those are just overwrites of other older files. So yeah, 60 would be, I don't know, depends. But I'm aiming for 100 gigs at least for Cyberpunk. Yeah, you have DLCs, expansions, online, and regarding content I will put out, basically this is just the start. Like when the game comes out, that's when I'm actually planning to release a lot more content, because we're gonna have content to talk about. I'm gonna have guides, I'm gonna have news, lore. I'm waiting for that, because the best way for me to make lore videos is to have free cam that I can actually, record in the game. I did that for The Witcher, it works, and I can't wait to do it in Cyberpunk to capture like my footage and also use that footage in the lore videos. So builds, guides, gameplays, streams. I'll be going full into modding community from the start into Cyberpunk. So I will be making mod spotlights, weekly mods that are the most trending or whatever that I like the most. So there's gonna be a lot of content when this game comes out on this channel, including of course the multiplayer, including expansions, and including everything which Cdpr does in the future. So we are here for a very long time. That's cool. I play classic, but it takes a lot of time. Am I Horde or the Alliance? I'm primarily Horde, but I think I had a couple of Alliance characters before, but now I play Horde. I don't know. I like the Horde, but no specific allegiance to anything. I don't care much, I like Horde because my friend is also playing a Horde character, so I'm just with him. I'm actually gonna start a new character soon. 500 gigabytes. Oh my god. By the way, do you like that I'm actually streaming at this time? Because right now it's 5 p.m. at my place. I know that in the United States it's morning. By the way, good morning everyone watching from the States. And good day everyone from everywhere in the world. Hope everyone is doing well. 110 gigabytes before updates. Yeah, that sounds okay. Do I have any tattoos? No, I don't. I will be doing a tattoo soon. But right now I don't have any tattoos. I never got around to do it. I always wanted to do it, but never got around for some reason. I don't have restrictions like on doing a tattoo, but I just never got around it. But I'm actually gonna do a tattoo soon. My goal is to have a sleeve on my left arm, like something really cool. But in order to have a sleeve, I need to have a really good tattoo artist. And we have a couple of here which are amazing in Bosnia, but I'll see yet if I'm gonna do a sleeve here or if I'm gonna do a tattoo somewhere else, maybe in Austria or something like that. 1 a.m. in Australia. Great time for a stream at 5 p.m. Yeah, it depends. I'll do some streams at 8. I'll do some streams at like 4 p.m. Some streams at 8 to to give everyone a chance to join these hangouts. So next stream that I'm going to do is gonna be at 8 p.m. Streaming at this time in North America is fine. Yeah, I also have a lot of people which are at work, so I'll try to cover that as well. Thank you, Marco Polo. Thank you. These podcasts are cool, man. It's cool to chill and talk to you. Thank you. I'm glad you like them. Is there gonna be a variety of animations for getting augments? I think they said that you know, some things we've seen, like for example in that trailer shot when V fires that bolt or a bomb from his arm, it kind of does a really cool animation. So I think that using different things will have different animations, like of course. Get a UV reactive tattoo. That would be cool. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. I know that I want to do a tattoo, but I'm not really in a hurry to do it, if you know what I mean. I don't know. Especially now in 2020. 2020 is really strange year. For me, it didn't change much because, of course, I spend a lot of time working at these videos in my house. So I do get out, but my friends are close. My friends live close, so I don't have to get out of my way to visit them or something like that. And we're all in kind of a same group, so we don't interact with other people, and that's why we can kind of hang out, because we know exactly with whom we hang out. So we're safe. That's a plus. That's a huge plus. But yeah. Am I Serb, Croat, or Bosniak? I'm Bosniak. I'm a Bosnian. But yeah. I have 2 tattoos, my entire right arm and my entire left arm. That's really cool, man. It's really cool. Yeah, I want to do a sleeve, like a full sleeve in color. And I'm still trying to figure out what's the best one which I'm going to, because it also has to have meaning for me. I don't go primarily for it looks cool and that's it. Everyone has a reason why they have tattoo, even if it's just, if it looks cool for you. That's why I decided to put it. But I'll try to combine both, having a cool tattoo with cool stuff that I like, but also something which has meaning. I hate the pain of tattoos. Yeah, it hurts, but depends where it is. Like in some areas of the body it's okay, but some, ooh, they hurt. I think this area below hurts the worst, like the lat. On December 31st at 23:59 it's gonna continue to 23:60. Imagine that. Imagine the clock just going 61, 62. You're stuck in 2020 forever. Hello. Hey, greetings from Serbia. Hello, my friend. Dobrodošlo. Got a Witcher Wolf medallion on my left wrist. Getting a lesion on my left leg. On my leg. Oh, not left leg. Nice. That's really cool. How does weapon customization work? You're gonna have weapon mods like scopes, silencers. I don't know exactly like what sort of mods you're gonna have, but you're gonna be able to craft weapon components. You're gonna be able to craft weapons. So yeah, through blueprints. And that's like the one thing that I'm really looking forward to, is crafting my own stuff. Because you have to get the blueprint, you have to find it, especially if it's something rare, you have to do it. Have I ever played Sekiro and Dark Souls? Of course. Yes, everything. The only Dark Souls I didn't beat is Dark Souls 2. And I think I'm hungry. My stomach is like... I don't know if you can hear that, but yeah, that's my stomach. I gotta eat soon. I think it's becoming more and more clear that we're living in a simulation. Let's hope that that simulation is not going to end before Cyberpunk comes out. Will there be gloves or hoodies you can pull up? I don't know. Gloves, yeah. Hoodies, yeah, but I don't know. It depends on probably depends on the model of the clothing. Do you think any of the CP 2077 expansions will introduce a new area like Blood and Wine did for The Witcher 3? I think so. Depends what they include. Like, one thing I want to see is Crystal Palace, which I don't know if it's gonna be in the base game, but Crystal Palace would be cool, definitely, to visit. If we're in a simulation, who are the mods? Might be EA. That explains why everything is so expensive. I was once in Mostar, nice city, and for a while in Neum, big coastline. Yeah, big coastline, sure. Yeah, nice cities, very nice cities. Yeah, we do have sea here in Bosnia. Like one small part of our country has exit to sea, which is cool. What else? What? My God, there's 235 people watching. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming out. It's amazing. I'll be going on for. We'll be going on for a bit more. Don't worry. I think there will be rare items like a Silverhand arm. Yeah, they said you're gonna have what they said. Common, rare, unique is the best. You have legendary, but unique is like the top of the line. Like for example, Royce has a pistol, which is a unique item. Legendary, unique item, whatever. But yeah, there's gonna be some items that you can upgrade to that legendary level, but some are unique, like you cannot upgrade them. They're predefined weapons of certain characters. So I think it also confirms the unique cyberware. Will there be any tunnels or underground explorations? Well, they're aiming for verticality, so I guess yeah. I don't know, like underground, that's a very broad term. We'll see. We'll see how much. I hear the moon might also be a DLC place. Expansion, by the way. They really, I'm not trying to be edgy here, but they actually do like separate the two. Like DLCs for Cdpr are free, and they come when the game comes out, but expansions, they're paid expansions. They separate the two. So I'm not trying to be edgy, just but yeah, we might actually visit new place in one of the expansions. We'll see. And we don't know how many expansions the game is gonna have. Like we still don't know that. Thank you for the nice content. Thank you for watching. Going to run corpo with focus on reflexes, intelligence, and tech for crafting. That way I can make my own gear to boost stats and focus on stealth tech kills. That's actually smart. I like your style. Like that. No gods, no mods. Do you think if you find these unique items before you should, they will spawn at a lower level? I think that some items will be level locked. In The Witcher it was like that, and for them to kind of make sense of the character, I think that, you know, some items which are higher level are gonna be locked behind the level. Might be. Again, we don't know. You think you can romance Royce? Why would you romance Royce? He's a madman. Will there be gang-based raids or any raids of sorts? Well, depends. Well, technically, you attack a Whole Foods factory. You can basically go in and storm the place. My God, stomach is... It's really funny. It's cringy. I need to eat before I stream. Nadnyansky! Hello, my friend. That's my friend. IRL friend. They should make a backflash for what happened. A flashback for what happened to Adam Smasher. I think they will. We still have Cyberpunk Red, which is coming out. That story is going to bridge the gap between Cyberpunk 2020 and Cyberpunk 2077. So we might learn something new. Neon Arcade, why is Bosnian Ryan Gosling on the screen and what did you do with LK? Hey Neon, welcome to the stream. I don't know why people think I look like Ryan Gosling. I'm honestly like, I don't think that. I don't. I know that people told me a lot like I look like Olaf Meister, the CSGO player. I'm actually looking like, if we compared him and me, it's really similar, it's really creepy. How are you doing, Neon, by the way? Can you please eat while streaming? The food is not ready, so yeah. Is your real name... My real name is Damir. Without ease. It's just... When you say to someone in Bosnian, like... You have Damir, and you can say Damire, which is like... Longer version. It's like, hey, what's up? So yeah. But my name is Damir. His modest Boston. I can't. I don't know. People, I don't know. How much does it cost to pre-order Cyberpunk in my country? Well, 60 euros. I mean, 120 of my money, but one euro is 2 of my money. And it's funny because if you write in, my money is called BAM, BAM, which kind of makes sense, but yeah. Your real name is Olaf. Do you think all of the gang leaders will have special weapon you can get? I kind of think so, because they are important in a sense. So I think every important character in this game might have a specific signature weapon. Oh yeah, you actually look like him. Just grow out a beard. I was thinking of growing a beard a bit, but yeah, it's kind of a bother. I'm the discount version. Of course I am. Of course I am. It's Ryan Gosling after all. Hello from Denmark. How are you doing? I'm doing great, my friend. How are you doing? I'm doing great. You should wear that drive jacket when streaming. I was honestly thinking of buying that jacket. I'll try and find it. I'll try and find it and have that jacket. Bosnian marks, yes. KM. But it's like double the money. I think it's kinda expensive here. Because you have to translate euros to my money. But yeah, it's okay. It's equivalent of 60 euros. Weapon tiers in the game, I forgot, but there was you'll have common, rare, common, uncommon, rare, legendary, and unique. I'm epic, legendary, and unique. So there will be tiers, of course, like in every game, like every RPG. Mario, that was deleted. That was okay. That was okay comment, by the way, Pratik. I'm okay with that. No, we can have that. Grow beard like Bin Laden. It's funny. I'm gonna unmute you. I don't think I can't unmute you. Why is he muted? Yeah, that was okay comment. That was okay. Can you change your voice pitch? No, you can't change your voice pitch in in the game because they have voice actors. So yeah, I hope the only console downgrade will be graphical. They can't really show like this graphics and downgrade too much for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. We'll see. I'm really interested to see how that gameplay is going to run. I'm gonna allow that. So I'll be playing the game on PC primarily, but I do have PS4 Collector's Edition pre-ordered as well. Because I was like, okay, I don't want a PC version of Collector's Edition because it's easier for me to pre-order a PlayStation 4 one. So the PlayStation 4 Collector's Edition and normal PC for Cyberpunk over GOG.com. Because if you buy through GOG, 100% of that goes to Cdpr. But again, depends on you, where you play. What will happen if I improve acrobatic perks? You're gonna be fast. You're gonna be agile, my friend. How does the Kang Tao smart rifle works? Well, it locks on to enemies. Originally, that weapon was made for people who don't want to pay too much attention to shooting. So you just have the smart rifle and it's gonna do everything for you. You just have to kinda aim at someone in certain extent and then the weapon is just gonna fly around. I think it's gonna be useful for some. In the Royce fight, for example, you were able to get behind cover and then the weapons would kinda move around to Royce and you would be safe, which is cool. So that's how it works. I don't think I really like, they won't remove any gameplay features for consoles. The only thing would be graphical difference, but they are not gonna remove gameplay options because that wouldn't make sense. Every single version of the game is the same for everyone, at least in the gameplay mechanics and features front. Graphics, that's a different story. We'll see. I'm really wondering how well the optimization is going to be for consoles. I gotta eat, god damn it. Will assassinations always be one hit kill? Who knows? And my stomach is still growling. My god, it's annoying. I gotta go eat soon. So I'll be cutting the stream in like 15 minutes. Because I had to go eat anyway. Food is gonna be ready then. Honestly, if they wanted to do a downgrade, they would have done it so far. Honestly, they did an upgrade of the game. That wasn't a downgrade. Like if you compare new graphics from 2020 to 2018, that was an upgrade. So at least on that front, that was nice. I hope when Cyberpunk become like GTA, they don't milk it. No, they're not like that. But they are investing a lot in this game, so they are making a sort of a, how would I say, a basis of like the single player game, and then you will add new things on top of that. And I'm really looking forward to multiplayer, because I don't know how that is gonna play out. They also said like the new Witcher, not Witcher 4 of course, but the new Witcher game, they're gonna get back to Witcher after Cyberpunk. They're gonna have a team to kind of lay out ideas for that. But it's not going to be Witcher 4. It's gonna be a new Witcher game. We don't know what it's gonna be about, how is it going to play out, what's the gameplay formula behind it. We don't know anything, but of course they're coming back to The Witcher. They said that. Yeah, I want Witcher 4 so bad. Yeah, me too. Yeah, they're gonna have that. Do you know how long the main story will last? No. But playtime is such a difficult thing to calculate now, because you can have people who are going to finish Cyberpunk in I don't know how many hours, 35, 40, whatever, and you're gonna have people who are going to finish the game in 200 hours, 300 hours. Depends on what you do. If you complete everything, if you don't, but again, no info about the length of the game. Do you think it will be better than The Witcher 3, especially the side quests? They said they learned a lot from the mistakes of The Witcher 3, especially when it comes to pacing of the story. Witcher 3 had pacing issues with the main story, but I think they learned, and they said, look, that was a test, so we're gonna have more. Is Cyberpunk on PC going to support SLI? I think so, yeah. Why not? I'm guessing 30 hours. 30 hours for maybe the main story. But when you calculate everything the game has to offer, it's gonna be a lot. But the replay, in a sense, depending on your playstyle, you will be able to finish the game on a shorter basis, because you have different life paths, you have different choices you can make in the game. So on that front, it makes the replayability value of the game high, and I like that, because every single playthrough you're gonna do something different. It's gonna have a different outcome, and that's the thing, that one playthrough is not gonna be enough. You're gonna finish one playthrough and gonna say, well, I have to do this. Then you're gonna finish that. Then I have to do it with this. What happens if I do this choice? So the replay value is much higher than The Witcher 3, and people had played The Witcher 3 10 times already, finished it 10 times. So this one is going to have more value in it, which is something I like. Since the whole thing was inspired by a tabletop RPG, I think multiplayer will be bringing that to life. That would be an idea, to have a chance to play with other people, with other augmentations, other abilities, and if we can work together on certain missions, that would be cool. For me, that would be somewhat an ideal thing. No. The ideal thing, which is kind of impossible to create, is to have role-playing servers for Cyberpunk where you actually role-play with a bunch of other people, but we know that would turn into chaos. But it's why I like RP servers for GTA 5 more than I like online, because online is insanity, it's craziness, it's let's do these missions, let's do this, but in RP it's much more down to earth, makes more sense. So For me, role playing, like actual role playing in multiplayer, would be amazing. Yes, to repeat again, Life Path, Street Kid, Nomad, and then Corpo. Cyberpunk 2077 will probably match Fallout New Vegas replayability to me. That was an amazing game. Yeah, Fallout New Vegas has a lot of replayability value, but Cyberpunk is gonna have more in a sense, but not to degrade New Vegas. Of course, New Vegas is creme de la creme when it comes to RPGs, but just because Cyberpunk is bigger and they have new technology to work with. New Vegas came out a while ago. At that time, the tech wasn't that developed, so they would have the opportunity to make the game extend so much in choices. So Cyberpunk is gonna have more, but just because it came out years later, years after that. But yeah, New Vegas is a perfect example of how a good RPG game works, because it gives you a chance. You decide what you want to do, and I think that's something that Fallout 4 didn't have, kind of lost. But yeah. If what Pavev said about being able to finish the game without finishing the critical path, everyone play length will be different. Yeah, there's also that. Again, I'm waiting for the devs to double down on that before we can do it. Stanley Parable, that's an interesting comparison. Yeah, Stanley Parable is... RIP vehicle customization, RIP apartment customization. There will be customization for apartments in some sense. But vehicle customization, I talked about that already for 100 times. They have an alternative. They're gonna have different vehicles. It's not that easy to make vehicle customization. We'll see, we'll see. I know that some people again are disappointed that vehicle customization is not in the game. It is what it is. We'll see once the game comes out, like the variety of vehicles. For me, variety of vehicles is cooler in a sense, because if you want to implement good car customization, like actually good vehicle customization, which is not only engine this, engine that, it has to be detailed. So it doesn't exclude the fact that maybe in the future it happens, or with mods or whatever. So yeah. Again, RPG, not sandbox. Maybe the braindance mechanics could be used by the GM. That would be cool. You think crafting will have as big of an impact of the game as in Fallout 4? Yeah, crafting will be huge. You're gonna be able to craft things, dismantle things to get junk from it, to get materials. Something like you've had in The Witcher. You had a lot of diagrams to work off with, to give you different weapons. So I think it kind of be the same. What gang am I mostly interested about? I don't know. 6th Street gang looks interesting. The Moxies also. So yeah, those two, Moxies and the 6th Street. Also Valentinos. I forgot about the Valentinos. They're cool. Valentinos are cool. The Maelstrom is like, those guys, I don't know. They're kind of savage-like. I don't know. They are really low. I liked Bozos the most, but Bozos is not really a gang in a sense. They're just crazy. Bozos are Bozos. They're the best. They're so random. No flying cars. Just in some forms, like traveling, but you won't be able to control that. Fun streamer, the sub. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much for subbing. Thank you so much. Yeah, I also want to see that. I really wish that in the next Night City Wire they show a little bit of how the crafting is going to work. Just a little bit, you know, just to tell us, okay, you have this, you can dismantle that. Would be cool. Got my Arasaka poster today, complete beauty. I'm glad. Really cool. Valentina art was nice. Yep, that was dope. That was really dope. That was really dope. Look, making flying cars, that's not really that easy to make sense and to work from the gameplay perspective. So yeah, that's the problem when people have high expectations for the game, like insane expectations. And that's why I always say, control your hype, everyone. It's all gonna be fine. Is it gonna be probably great game. So far it looks like it's gonna be a great game. They have a good track record, but it's not the second coming of Christ. Because of course they have limitations. I'm sure that every single developer would wish to have every single feature in the game, but from the time standpoint and from work standpoint, it doesn't make sense. Both. I will play both Cyberpunk on console and PC. Is it? Oh my god, the poster in the back. I'll fix it for the next stream. I didn't see it. But it's the camera angle, by the way. It's not like the poster is okay. I'm looking at it. The poster is okay. It's just the camera tilt makes it look like the poster is tilted. Balancing a flying car. Yeah. We'll see. My favorite vision of the Aldacados? I don't know. Like, so far, we still have to wait to see more. I wasn't thinking about that, but that's a good question. Do you think it will be genre defining as Cdpr intends it to be? I hope. That's up to people to decide once the game is out, if it's genre defining. I know they're building it to be genre defining, but we'll see. They shared a new photo on Twitter. You saw it. Which photo? The people looking. We already had that. I already had that. Concept screenshot, not concept art. Yeah, flying cars would be cool, of course, but no, it is what it is. It's the curtain. Again, it's tilted in a sense, but yeah. I'll make it. I'll make it OCD friendly. What do you think it will be shown on the second Night City Wire? I hope crafting. I don't even know what else can they like. I want to see some sniper gameplay, but it depends. Maybe if they focus a little bit on apartment and garage, that would be cool. Evil iron curtain. Yeah. The curtain is yeah. The poster is not messed up, but the curtain is. The curtain is actually messed up. Another screenshot for me to stare for an hour. Will you do guides and hidden features once the game comes out? Yes. There will be a lot of guides, hidden features, stuff that you can find around Night City, the special blueprints, all of that. I did that a lot for The Witcher, and I will be doing the same for Cyberpunk. The Witcher had a problem though. After a certain update, they changed the position of the weapons, and it screwed up my guides because people didn't get the sword they were supposed to get. It kind of became random. Some people did, some didn't. I hope that's not the case with this game. I hope. So I will be, is net running confirmed? Yeah, you're gonna be going into the net, but they still haven't shown. Yeah, they can show that. Like, they can finally show us how net running is gonna look like. Will I review the game? Yes. Review is gonna be the first video I will put out for Cyberpunk once it comes out. The current top sci-fi RPG, Deus Ex. This game will dominate any genre it's defined in. Deus Ex is cool. So that when you imagine Cyberpunk, imagine it like Deus Ex but bigger, a lot bigger. I know people compare it to Cyberpunk. Do you think you'll get a review code? That's up to Cdpr. I don't know. I would certainly love to. I would certainly love to have a review code, but that's up to Cdpr to decide. How many melee weapons are there? I don't know. So far we have Mantis Blade as an augmentation. We have Katana. We have the hammer from Sasquatch. So that's a melee weapon. And I don't know what else. We'll see. How many hours do you have to play to make a good review? I have to finish the game. To make a good review, that's the thing with this game. It's gonna take a lot of time to actually finish it properly and to have to see every single segment of the game to be able to make a review. But I make reviews once I finish the game. I make reviews once I see all of the mechanics that the game has to offer. I look at the bad things that the game has, well, the bad things, like the minuses of the game and the pluses of the game, and only then I can actually give my opinion about it. It's a bit easier when you have a non-spoilery review, because you only go into certain details regarding frame rate, regarding game features, regarding if you liked it or not, but to have a proper review, you have to finish the game. Otherwise, it's a first look. Baseball bat with spikes is confirmed. Yeah, I think that was also confirmed. So yeah, baseball bat. Just an opinion. I think you need to crank up your voice. I don't know, on the leveling scale that I have here on the mixer, it's good. And I double check my videos on every device. TV, phone, a PC. So I think there might be something wrong with your output. Check that out, by the way. What's better for you, Deus Ex 1 or 2? For me, the best Deus Ex is the classic Deus Ex, and then Human Revolution, and then Mankind Divided. I hope you do multiple playthroughs before you put out a review. That's the goal. At least 2 playthroughs before the review. At least. I think someone also said like how many cybernetics we can have in the game. If we could choose the option to not have any, you're gonna have the user interface, in a sense, the main hub that you need to have, because you need to have the Immortality Chip. You cannot play the game without it. You cannot make a character without it. But if you want, you can have minimum or no augmentations, just those basic ones, and then everything else, that's up to you. So you will be able to decide. Yeah, if I do miss any questions, please, I'm sorry. I know this is too early, but how do you think a sequel of Cyberpunk will look like? Oh, we are too early. Let's have this game out first. Let's have this game out first before we talk about the sequels. But I know there's gonna be one, but not anytime soon, and we still have to finish the main game and the multiplayer and the expansions and the DLCs before that is even. Do you think you will be able to romance random people? Not all. It's impossible to be able to romance everyone in Night City, but I'm sure that a huge selection of NPCs will be available for you to romance. So you can have one-night stands or form actual relationships. So with some characters, you can really form relationships as friendships or love interest or whatever, and with some it can be just a fling or something like that with randoms. But again, not everyone, select group of NPCs. What's my best RPG game ever? It's Gothic 1, and then The Witcher. And then, is Mass Effect technically an RPG? If yes, then yeah. But Gothic for me is the best RPG of all time. When you consider the features, it's, of course, it came out in 2001. It's a very old game, but there was a lot of things that were in Gothic 1 which inspired The Witcher 3, so that is a very immersive game. Can you insult a corpo as a... yeah, you can have that dialogue option. Mankind Divided had so much potential, a mile wide but only an inch deep. That's the truth. Mankind Divided was okay, not as good as Human Revolution, but an okay game, but it could have been better. Yes, you can, Miami Mercenary. Yes, you can. Yeah, you can. Mass Effect is just, well, I wouldn't really consider Mass Effect an action game like Gears. No. Mass Effect, we're not talking about Andromeda. Like at least the first 2 games, the amount of choices you had in the first and second Mass Effect was kind of cool. So I would consider it an RPG, because people confuse. RPG can be something with guns as well, both swords, but I think Mass Effect would be considered an RPG in my book, more than action. Gears is more action, but Mass Effect, there's a lot of things you can do in that which has that RPG form in a sense. Just different. It's an action RPG, yeah. A real RPG, if you maybe consider Baldur's Gate or something like that. But action RPGs, yeah. Those are the ones you control in real time. Do you think they will allow you to purchase a flying vehicle? Well, they first have to implement an option for a player to have flying vehicles. I don't know. Doesn't the first Gothic game have a remake coming up? Yes, it has a remake coming up. It's not developed by the original devs, but to be honest, the original dev team, Piranha Bytes, even the people who work there right now, not majority of them actually worked on Gothic 1 or 2. So the team has changed over the years, and now it's god damn it, THQ? It's THQ which bought them. But now, yeah, they're developing the remake. I hope it's good. I really hope it's good for the sake of the franchise. But some of the things I noticed in that remake was okay. It definitely was an early build, and I said that. And I hope they make it work. I really hope. Dragon Age Origins is an RPG. Yeah, I agree. Dragon Age Origins is definitely an RPG. But they're similar in a sense. They're really similar in a sense. I mean, it's BioWare. It's kind of a similar formula, but to different genres in a sense. I mean, one is fantasy and one is sci-fi. Yeah, Dragon Age Inquisition was really good, but it was too huge for my taste. I don't know. I just couldn't get around to finish Inquisition. I don't know. It was just a lot of stuff to do, but yeah. Hey Momo, what's up? Welcome to the stream. You're kind of late. We're gonna be shutting down the stream soon. Do you think Cyberpunk will become your favorite RPG? The thing is about favorites, I don't like having one favorite, because that makes me choose between one or another, and I can enjoy 2 or 3 or 5 things with the same passion, let's say. So when I play Gothic, I enjoy the same as I do when I'm playing The Witcher. So I don't like saying like, oh, this is my favorite. But from the nostalgia effect, the Gothic is that game. Because it was the first game which properly introduced me to RPG games. So, yeah. I don't know. I won't be rating. Like, when Cyberpunk comes out also, which includes every other game I review on this channel, I'm not doing scores anymore. Because doing scores, like, I'm scoring it based on what? Then I objectively about some mechanics. It's really difficult for me to score a game, any game from now on. So I'm gonna give you my opinions, but there's not gonna be a score. You decide, because reviews in a sense are a little bit subjective, but they also have to be objective. And the difference is I don't want to hide things that I didn't like about the game. That wouldn't be fair to you, the viewers who watch me. That wouldn't be fair, because I wouldn't be fair. It wouldn't be fair if someone if I was watching a review and a person lied. Yeah, scores just don't do justice. I don't know. It's like I don't like it. I don't like scoring games in that sense. I did it before, and then I realized it's really like, you know. I think average score is cool, because when you have a million people rate something and then you have the average score of everyone, that for me is okay. But yeah, the average score. I don't like Dragon Age games other than Origins. Yeah, Origins was the best in the series, for me at least as well. What was my last known meal? What did I eat? I think I ate meat, chicken or something this morning, but now I have to eat as well. I'm gonna be going off in 5 minutes. Brody, thank you for joining. It's 1:47 a.m. in Australia. Man, good night. Have good sleep. Playing Ghost of Tsushima? Yes. I don't have a capture card. I wish I did, so I can actually stream it and record it. I will buy that soon. Don't worry. It's on the list. It's on the list. Why do you think Cyberpunk is getting so much hate already? I think it's getting hate because number one, people expect everything in this game, like everything, which is impossible. And second of all, I think the game was overhyped a bit too much. Then people think, okay, this feature, and if one feature is gone, then the entire game is bad. But people forget that those are the same people who made The Witcher. So just from the track record, think about it. I mean, I don't know. I said Cdpr right now is considered to be the leader in the industry when it comes to community engagement and when it comes to trust from the community. So everything that is kind of a negative, it multiplies by 10 times. Imagine if EA did the same thing. People would be like, yeah, that's EA. What's the history behind your YouTube nickname? I wanted something random. Like, I honestly didn't know what, because I had other YouTube channels before. I've been, if we calculate everything, I've been on YouTube for 15 years, but 10 years on this channel. So I had different names. I was like, what is the random name? LKM LastKnownMeal. And I was like, cool, let me put in LastKnownMeal. It was available, and that's kind of the proof that you can create a brand. You can create a channel out of any name. In like, LastKnownMeal is so random. Like, when some people read out my name like LastKnownMeal, like, what? Because it's such a random name. But, you know, it's LKM mostly now. The Witcher 1 remake, good idea? Great idea, but I don't think it's gonna happen. I mean, it's not gonna happen anytime soon. Yeah, but 15 years, not, like, I didn't do YouTube full time. Now I do YouTube, at least if we take my time spent on YouTube and everything else, it's 80% now just on YouTube. So I'll be going full time YouTube very soon. I don't remember my old channel names, and they're deleted. Those channels and videos are deleted completely, so there is no trace of them online. But it wasn't anything special. I was just doing the games like I did before. It was just gameplays. At that time, you were doing walkthroughs. I know the first video I uploaded on a channel was Trine 1. You know that game, Trine? Trine was the first game I uploaded on the channel. Like some random channel. I was doing Risen 2 videos a lot. And then I deleted that for some odd reason. I had a crisis and I deleted all of that. And I was big on the wiki. I had a lot of tutorials. I thought it was Russian. Yeah, a lot of people think I'm Russian. Might be the accent, but I'm not even close to Russia. Tom Evans, thank you for joining. We don't know anything about multiplayer right now. We don't know anything. I think we might see it. Like, look. I think multiplayer is also going to be delayed at least once. I know it. I know that because Cdpr is aiming for a certain level of quality, I think multiplayer might also be delayed after the announcement. I'm kind of sure of it. But at the same time, we're gonna have the game to play, so I'm okay with any delay whatsoever. I mean, you're gonna have the base game, so yeah, multiplayer is like cool. We can wait for it. But I think right now it's difficult because people don't have the game. But once you have the game, every other feature update, whatever, that like it's easier to swallow that time waiting. Hello, Youssef. What's up? Can you color your cyberware? I think so. You're gonna have different materials in a sense. Like we've seen a lot of people use gold. For example, teeth. You can have pearl white teeth as a character, or you can have the golden teeth, the grills. What am I if I'm not Russian? I'm Bosnian. It will be delayed twice. That's the magic number, probably. Yeah. But my accent is somewhat a mix of every accent because that's how I learned English. I learned English through video games, through movies. Well, I also had English for 12 years in school. We have English from the first grade. At least I went through a really difficult, like my high school, and I'm not bragging here, but overall the high school that I went in was so difficult that the university after that was a piece of cake. Like it was hell. Like high school was hell for me because there was so much stuff that you had to do, so much stuff you had to study for, and even if you didn't want to study, you had to study to some extent because they were merciless. They would, like, you don't pass three things, you're not going on the next year. It was really difficult. Am I glad that I'm done with everything. Haven't got the pictures from the German art book yet. Still no. I hope I will get that. I will get that book soon. You know if console will have multiple saves per characters? Yes. Yes, of course. Of course you're gonna have multiple saves. That makes sense. If they had to pick either first or third person, I'm glad they went with first person this time. It suits the game. Yeah, they explain it well why they did it. So it, you know. For Eastern Europeans, we Americans just chalk up being Ruskies. That's also a thing. Bosnia is not really Eastern Europe. We're at a crossroads. We're like a mix between West and East. But Bosnia is more, when you look at it, is more, I don't know. It looks more Western now than it looks like an Eastern. You know, we still had communism a long time ago here. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of logical that people assume I might be Russian. I don't like ASMR. I don't know. It's so funny. What's my opinion on the game being a first person? As I already said, I don't mind. For me that doesn't make any difference. If it makes sense, then yeah. But I don't care much. Am I a fan of comics? Yes, but the comics we have here in Bosnia, well, the comics I read were not Marvel or DC. We had different ones. We had Dylan Dog, Nathan Never. Let me see. I think I have an image of like. I do have the image. I'm gonna post that. This is. I don't think this looks well. This is Nathan Never. This is like a almost cyberpunk like universe, and we used to read that. Yeah, it wasn't much. I like, we couldn't have access to Marvel or DC in the comic book sense. Of course, we watched the cartoons and everything, but yeah. We're really close to Italy. Like Bosnia is really close to Italy. Really close to Germany, really close to Austria, Serbia, Croatia, Slovenia. So we're kind of in that area. I don't know. Like, I like the old Marvel comics a lot. I don't have hard boiled. Oh, I need to check that out. I love comics. I love them, but the thing is, comics are not really a normal thing in Bosnia anymore. It was a huge thing before, but now, sadly, not. I'm actually Albanian. That accent is normal to me. Yeah. I mean, if you're from the Balkan region, you know when someone is Balkan, because Russians speak differently. They have it like we know the difference because some of the words we say. I'll check out Nathan Never. Yeah, I don't know if Nathan Never was actually translated to English. If it is, I think it's Italian. I think originally that's an Italian comic. Do you think the game will be released in November? I really think so. Are you gonna get Cyberpunk comic and watch the Edge Runner anime? Of course. Those two things are on the buy list. I'm actually planning to buy some stuff from their stores soon. I really need to fill up the space. I'm working on to change this space once the game comes out, so it's different. But yeah, I will be going now. I gotta eat. I'm really hungry. Thank you everyone for coming up. One more question. Do you think Cyberpunk will live up to the hype? I hope so. I really hope so, but hype needs to be controlled. But yeah, thank you so much everyone for coming to this hangout. I will be doing more of this. As you can see, this is the episode 2 of this hangout. I think this is a lot of fun, and I love interacting with you, the audience, and I'm sure you like interacting between the chat and me as well. So that's cool. Check out Matt Barron's, not really Cyberpunk, but it's awesome. I will. Huh. Well, I'm gonna go eat now. There won't be a video tomorrow. There will be a stream on Thursday, the Xbox stream, and then we continue with videos on Friday and Saturday. But tomorrow I have some errands to run, so I won't be able to do a video. That's why I decided to do a longer hangout today. Thank you everyone for coming up. Again, you can check us out on Twitter, on Discord. Also, I have a Patreon if you're interested in that, if you want to support the channel in an extra way. But just by watching, you support the channel, and thank you so much for that. Thank you for all the love lately on my videos. I'm glad that the channel is doing well. I'm glad you like it, and I'll just continue. I'll continue to bring up more content. Yeah, thank you everyone, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye, and stay classy everyone. Bye bye.